So I think this recent attacks of ISIL proves something and raise some questions. It proved that Taliban are not able to establish stability and security as they are always claiming. And the question is, if they cannot prevent those terrorist groups to attack the interest of the Western countries, including US and its allies, inside Kabul, a kilometer far than the presidential palace, in the only international airport of the city, how they can prevent their attacks outside Afghanistan? We have the experience of Al-Qaeda planning in Afghanistan and implementing it in US and other parts of the world. So that would be the case for IS. And IS can plan in Afghanistan and implement it anywhere they want. And the recent attack shows that Taliban are not able to stop it. We know that this is only 2 weeks that we are announced the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan. And it needs lots of time, energy, effort, resources to convince the international community that we are standing not for ourselves. Our stand is that we are talking, we are taking position on behalf of the people of Afghanistan. We have the experience of resistance against Taliban in a much more harder situation in 90s. We have the experience of resistance with limited resources, with limited foreign relations. So we have that experience and we will use it again. If you look at the territory of Afghanistan, which is under control of Taliban, there are lots of other challenges. Hospitals are not working. Doctors and nurses have a fear to go back to their job. Banks are closed. People cannot get their money. And there's an economic crisis in the country. Schools are not open. Government employees are not convinced. They do not trust Taliban to go back to their job. Then means that there is no services. So this is not the only challenge. There are lots of other challenges in front of the Taliban. The lack of experience to run a government is not an easy. It's not something easy to deal with. Taliban have an experience of ruling Afghanistan in the 90s, but that was not a government. That was just a militant group ruling country, but now they have to act as a government, and they don't have knowledge for that. They don't have expertise for that. They don't have potentials for that. So there are lots of, and this is only 2 weeks. I will start with the people of Afghanistan. We are standing for your rights. We are standing for your better future. We are standing for your interest. We are standing for your unity. We are standing to preserve your culture and history. We know you are supporting us. We trust you and we count on your support. And be sure that we will stand until the end, whatever happens. For Taliban, I have to repeat, we have to resolve this problem. Half a century's war and bloodshed, it's enough. And if you want to do that, so let's be serious and let's enter a meaningful negotiations through which we can achieve a better future for our country and for our nation. For the international community, in the 90s, when the communist regime was fall down and the Mujahideen government was established, West as just forget it Afghanistan. They closed their eyes and they ignored Afghanistan. As a result of which, we had this growing of terrorist groups in Afghanistan. As a result of which, US was attacked, UK was attacked, France was attacked, Russia was attacked, and other countries of the world. If you don't want to repeat that, if you don't want another round of such an incident in the country, you have to stand for the interest of the people of Afghanistan, not a group.